do a little Boston Celtics history this morning. The Boston Celtics are having a really good season this year, and a lot of people are thinking that this might be a year for them to win the championship. So, given what a great year they're having, and they're setting franchise records, it seems like almost every week, I thought it'd be kind of fun to look back on the history of the Boston Celtics. The Celtics have one of the greatest stories in basketball history. This was one of the original founding teams of the league back in 1946. In 1946, the league was founded as the Basketball Association of America, the BAA. And then in 1949, the BAA merged with a different league called the National Basketball League. And then it became renamed the NBA, the National Basketball Association. The BAA was meant to be a national, like a nationwide league. I think the National Basketball League, even though it said national, was more like a Midwest thing. It didn't really have teams that covered the gamut of the country. Anyway, the Celtics joined the league in 1946. They didn't really have any success to speak of, though, for about the first decade. It was 1956 they acquired Bill Russell, fresh out of college, and Bill Russell became their star. And in 1957 they defeated the St. Louis Hawks, now the Atlanta Hawks, to win their first ever championship. Then in 1959 they met the Minneapolis Lakers, now the LA Lakers, and won their second NBA championship. And this is the beginning of a very fierce Celtics-Lakers rivalry that would continue for many, many years. Anyway, from 1959 to 1966, the Celtics incredibly won 8 championships in a row. Every year from 1959 to 1966, they won a championship. And that's a record today, not just for basketball, but for all North American professional sports. There's not a professional hockey team, football team, baseball team, you name it, that has won 8 championships in a row. That's unique to the Boston Celtics. And during that time, their big star, again, was Bill Russell. For the first 6 of those titles, Bob Cousy was also one of their big stars. In 1968 and 69, they once again won 2 back-to-back championships, both against the LA Lakers. And at the end of the 1969 season, Bill Russell retired. So after having played for 13 seasons, Bill Russell had helped the Celtics win an astonishing 11 championships. In 1974, the Celtics defeated the Milwaukee Bucks to win their 12th championship, and this time their Finals MVP was John Havlicek. John Havlicek had been with the Celtics in the 60s for some of those titles with Bill Russell. And then in 1976, they defeated the Phoenix Suns to win their 13th championship. This time they were led by JoJo White. Game 5 of this particular series is often hailed by NBA historians as the greatest game ever played. They went into double overtime. It was just a crazy finish. In 1978, Red Auerbach, who had retired as the coach, he had been the coach for their first 9 championships. Those final 2 of his career, Bill Russell was the player coach. He was coach team and a player. Anyway, after Auerbach retired, he was worked in the front office of the Celtics, and his goal was to try to recruit as many good players as he could to the Celtics. And in '78, he drafted Larry Bird. After being drafted, Larry Bird had 1 more year in college, and so Larry Bird didn't actually enter the league until the fall of '79, the same year that Magic Johnson entered the league. But throughout the 80s, thanks to Larry Bird and thanks to other stars like Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale, the Celtics were a very dominant team. They won titles in '81. The Finals MVP that year was Cedric Maxwell. '84 and '86, and both of those years they were led by Larry Bird as the Finals MVP. Most of the Larry Bird himself, and I think most of the members of the teams back then, would say the '86 team was their overall best team. In 81, they defeated the Rockets, Houston Rockets, to win the title. In 84, they defeated the LA Lakers. In 86, they defeated the Rockets again. Then they kind of took a turn for the worse after Larry Bird retired, and the team just kind of went into a slump. It wasn't until quite a few years later, in 2008, the Celtics returned to a championship, defeating the LA Lakers, again, their old rival. And a couple of years later, the Lakers beat them. To date, as of 2024, the Celtics and the Lakers have met each other in the finals 12 times. And the Lakers have won 3 and the Celtics have won 9. So the Celtics have dominated overall. So as of right now, the Celtics have 17 championships, and the Lakers also have 17 championships. That's another reason why this rivalry is so significant. These are the top 2 teams in the league historically, and the Celtics are poised to win number 18 this year if things go well. The Lakers are definitely not really a playoff championship contender at this point. They're having a mediocre season, but of course anything's possible. Anyways, that's a quick look at Boston Celtics history.